I think now, with City being 2-0 up, they might just slow the tempo, give Watford a little chance to come into it.
So the City players out. Looks like there's going to be a change right at the start of the half, with Savinho coming on for the home side. Just what Watford wanted to see. Did wonder if Watford might think about a change themselves. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. The Brazilian Savinho signed from Troyes in France in the summer. What have you made of him so far?
Yeah, he showed some great moves. He wants to attack, wants to make things happen. As we've seen, he can slide balls in just to get on the end on the back post, but he's exciting. That's what you want. And yet he had something different, 1v1s. He's happy to go through people. So I do get that change. I think you look at Jeremy Doku, the amount of minutes he played, so lots of games coming.
So Manchester City start the second half, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side in this second 45. I'm sure Pep Guardiola would have said he wants the third goal as soon as possible to remove all doubt. And, Watford will be determined to stop that from happening. It's confirmation that it was Doku replaced by Savinho at half-time. Grealish. Back it goes to Kyle Walker. Straight into the action, Savinho finding Lewis, cleared by Ogbonna. Has lifted silverware. Ogbonna won the Italian Cup with Juventus in 2015. Very much in the autumn of his career now at 36. In fact, he's older than Tom Cleverley. Nunez to Grealish. Just went out of play there from the substitute Savinho.
Yeah, just popped up. A bit disappointed, but yeah, just going back to Savinho, the supporters have took to him because he wants to do things. Not sure the manager always, in the fixed way, he wants to set that control, the understanding of moving the ball at the right time. He's going to always allow that, but we're going to see some special moments from him.
Bar. No way through for Louza. And then he's rugby tackled Grealish to the ground.
Jack Grealish has looked bright, wants to do things quicker, he seems more confident in his play.
Here is Savinho. Lewis, Grealish. On it goes for Matheus Nunes. Grealish. To the Portuguese Nunes, Foden, Braithwaite. Stones, or Walker. Wide by Lewis to Savinho. Straight at Jonathan Bond, who rejoined Watford in the summer after leaving LA Galaxy.
It was a comfortable take for him. Savinho trying to work the line. That's what he does. Just to get the ball in, get some sort of end product. Just looking at the changes though. You do expect Pep Guardiola to use that bench and move a few around. And certainly with the loading they've had. And we'll soon see what he brings. You'll want another goal, I know that, for a bit more comfort.
McAtee for Savinho. Foden to Braithwaite. Grealish. Lewis, delightful flick. And Foden sees his effort blocked by Ogbonna. Behind it goes for a corner.
Yeah, great pass initially. He sees it into the set. It's clever. That little flick from Rico Lewis, and Phil Foden on his touch, expect him to really shoot the ball far corner.
Lewis from the corner. Just lost his bearings. And the Watford players are flooding forward here to a big roar from the away end. It's Bayo. City have flooded back. Bar. Loser. Wide it goes by Ogbonna to Morris. Festi Abasele. Chipped up by Ogbonna, but more in hope than expectation, that one. Seized upon by Ken Sema. To Savinho it is who emerges with the ball.
I think that's the one there, isn't it, where you've got to keep possession. That's what his manager doesn't want when everybody's open.
Abasele. Just a little lean from Mateus Nunes. He got the cross in nonetheless. Loser. Ogbonna. Oh, Loser with the giveaway. Could be costly. And Mateus Nunes is then pulled back. The referee plays advantage with Grealish in possession. Rolled square. Gets it back again. McAtee. Watford get away with it.
The referee could have easily pulled it back, couldn't he, for a foul in the build-up, but great pass. Just wasn't sure what was behind him. Portis does well with the cover. Just behind McAtee. Otherwise his touch should have been across his body into that right foot to give him the space.
Mateus Nunes. Braithwaite. Now Jack Grealish. Off Porteous for a corner. All but one have gone short so far.
I think they're missing a few in the middle.
McAtee, Grealish. McAtee, oh what a ball! Begging for someone to touch it in. Larousse shovels it behind.
Well, he almost touched it in. The ball was that good. Uncertainty back post. And Nico O'Reilly, I bet he wishes he'd attacked it a little bit earlier. We haven't got the height. You've got to find a solution. City just overloaded on these set pieces.
McAtee, Grealish. Foden. There's that familiar shape that Watford have when they're defending in this game. City trying to find a way through. Savinho. Very quickly get back into that line of five, line of three, Watford. And they've won the throw.
I think they're just waiting to try and get hold of the ball. It's a breather again, isn't it? It's constant. Manchester City moving the ball, trying to run behind you. The concentration levels have got to be so good. The distances between you, and you are Watford, and wait for the chance to then come back out. People go a little bit early, you get punished.
Possession squandered. Here's O'Reilly. Foden. Bonner in the way. Rather significant presence in the way. Braithwaite to Grealish. Goes over, we play on, it's Foden. Well blocked. And Foden's cross. Savinho. Grealish trying to win it back and failing. Ebesele with Barr ahead of him. Oh, that was a strange square ball. Not sure he looked.
They've got to be tight to them. They got the opportunity in the counter-attack to come forward. And you get that bit of possession. If you're loose, City recovery runs are good.
Grealish, yet to win this competition, by the way. He joined in 2021, just after they'd won 4 in a row. Nicely done by Grealish, beautifully done. Foden, blocked by Ogbonna again.
Gets into some great positions, Phil Foden. Jack Grealish picks the edge of the area, but Foden shifts it quickly. Bonner gets the block, but just having a look here, I thought it was a good advantage after that little pass. It was clever, wasn't it, by McAtee? It was a good opportunity for the referee to do that.
Well, the corner came to nothing. Next up for City, the trip to Newcastle on Saturday lunchtime. Then they play Slovan Bratislava in the Champions League a week tonight. Relentless stage of the season, isn't it? International break looming as well in October. There's so many games to cram in. Mateus Nunes. Good tenacity there from Kwadwo Bar. Player that Watford signed from Rochdale a few years ago. Shopping in entirely different malls to Manchester City. Foden, Grealish. Off Porteous and then off Grealish, goal kick. No complaints from Grealish.
It's unlike Jack Grealish, he normally does try and ask the question. Very courteous there, as he just allowed the referee to give that. We know back chat, but good run, good covering. Watford now approaching the time of the game now. Watford have got to try and get a hold and try and make something happen, give them some sort of fighting chance to come back into this tie.
Yeah, easier said than done, isn't it? Braithwaite. Grealish. Stones. Mateus Nunes has just tried to squeeze that through. McAtee back to Grealish, who pushed over Porteous. Free kick. I think he certainly made the most of it.
I think that was very kind of you to say that he pushed him over. I think he's been learning from Jack Grealish how to maybe win a free kick, but seeing into the wide positions here now, just tries to flick it back, but there's not much contact there, is that? think you say easier said than done. It is the fact that it's difficult to come out. What will City do next? How will they approach it? Will they just continue with the same 11? We'll see.
Well, the City bench is frightening, isn't it? I mean, the talent on there. I'm sure Guardiola doesn't want to use too many with those big games coming up. Some of them played just 2 days ago. The next change is going to be Watford's. Tom Dele-Bashiru coming on for La Russie in the first change. Dele-Bashiru, of course, former Manchester City player himself. Played in the quarter-final of this competition in 2017 against Leicester. Georgi Chakvetadze coming on as well, the Georgian midfielder. Bakun Bayo with a furrowed brow, highly unimpressed that he's being substituted here. Shoulders slumped. The manager trying to explain the change. Doesn't look very interested.
Not sure that helps the situation though, to realise he's got lots of games coming up, different situations, different styles, different ways to win over a period of time, and I think there's always questions asked, isn't it, when you take people off the top of the pitch.
Helped on to Grealish. Matheus Nunes. That's excellent defending from Ogbonna. That's the sort of experience that Watford have signed.
Yeah, great pass initially, good first touch. He wants to take it forward. It's like what we talked about so much. Great defending.
In double figures in corners now, City. 10-0 on corners. Now Chakvetadze with his first contribution. And again, trying to get away from Jack Grealish. Pulled back for Ince. Instead here it's Morris. Dele-Bashiru finding Sema, and he wins the first corner for Watford.
Energy, desire to get to the line. Watford supporters think there might be something from it. Let's brighten them up, the changes.
Chakvetadze, faced by McAtee, gets the cross in towards Ogbonna, and the strike is from Imran Louza, who fires it wide with just their second attempt of the game.
It was a good ball initially. Kyle Walker gets up, and then the volley. It's got to be clean, it's got to be across the face, but doesn't catch it that well as he drags it near post. We're disappointed, really. That's a big chance.
Well, it's another glimmer of hope for Watford. Still a long way to go in this tie. Stones to Lewis. Savinho. Lewis. O'Reilly. Nicely taken there by Matheus Nunes. Good stop. Grealish. A chance for Lewis. And again, Savinho. Oh, fantastic clearance off the line. Nunes. Well, was that Tom Ince with the clearance? Goodness me, I'm not sure how much he knew about it, but he was in the right place.
Nunes, brilliant, great save down the right-hand side, but just City keep them locked in. Wonderful pass from Grealish. Rico Lewis find himself in those areas yet again, but as it's swept over, right past the goalkeeper, Savinho, great effort. Tom Ince, good clearance. We've not really talked about him the whole night, but he contributed there.
Well, they did supremely well to keep that out. Here goes Kwadwo Bar for Watford. Ebosele is up there with him. Hoiked away by O'Reilly. Grealish did really well there, and then sliding in. That challenge will result in a free kick to Manchester City, won by Stones.
And those areas, Stones just tries to clear it. It was just a slide. He sees it coming, manages to just get his feet out the way. But another player that hasn't featured so much. Wonderful talent, we know. Can do everything, can't he? Can compose, great in areas under pressure. Good to have him back, another option. He needs minutes yet again.
25 minutes left. Scoreline the same as it was at half-time. Challenge by Porteous on Mateus Nunes. Nunes not really interested in the handshake. Savinho. O'Reilly. Nunes. Grealish. Mateus Nunes again. Foden turned into trouble, and Chak Batadze leads the Watford charge with Bar to his left. The rest of the support is not really arriving, and in the end Bar just fires it wide. Another promising looking break from the Hornets.
It was a great take in the middle of the park, and then the counter comes, but once he steps inside, I feel like he got to go across, tries to sneak it under Stones, but it's a great counter-attack. Phil Ford would be disappointed to lose the ball in a central area when City were controlling.
Well, you piece together the four big attacking moments that Watford have had. The disallowed goal and 3 attempts. They'll certainly feel that they've done enough to get on the score sheet here. Wide it goes by Lewis to Savinho. Past Sema. Lifted up towards Grealish. Now Mateus Nunes. Porteous comes out to engage with Grealish here. O'Reilly. Grealish, midway through the second half. Walker, Savinho. Trying to bamboozle Ken Sema. And onto the roof of the net with what was a cross.
Tries to go both ways. And at that point, as he hangs it up, almost catches the goalkeeper into that far corner, but generally he does a little bit better than that.
Chelsea now 4-0 up against Barrow in their game. I think that one's done and dusted. Pedro Neto, the latest player on the score sheet there. The other 2 games, Walsall, Leicester, Wycombe Villa, still goalless. A reminder that the draw for the 4th round takes place after tomorrow's fixtures: Arsenal, Bolton and Liverpool, West Ham. Grealish. Porteous would not be beaten there. Walker. Savinho to Foden. Wants the return. Tom Ince was in a handy position to deal with that.
That's the control, isn't it? You feel like you're going to get it back, and City just keep coming. Grealish is wanting to attack every opportunity. It's not fell for him in goal scoring areas.
Savinho, Grealish, Mateus Nunes. Good stop from Bonds. Well, that's a crucial save at this stage.
He's had chances and he makes those runs into the penalty area. Great assist from Jack Grealish.
Foden lets the ball run across his body and drives forward. Beaten away by Bond this time. Wouldn't fall for McAtee.
Well, he's busy, isn't he? Foden, wonderful. As he glances forward, he just has that look. Good strike. I think McAtee trying to get the second, just didn't drop, but a couple of good chances for City.
Now Chakvetadze with another break forward. He has Loser up with him. Is Chakvetadze going to take it on? He does. He drives it against Stones. Comes out to Ince. Deli Bashiru. Good looking ball that to Sema. Hit it against the heels of Lewis, and now they've got to dash back as Savinho drives on. Skips past the first challenge. All the way into the penalty area, Savinho. Oh, he's unlucky. Off the post, having run virtually the whole length of the pitch. Grealish, McAtee. O'Reilly. Grealish, Foden, Savinho. Tries with his left this time. Foden again. O'Reilly! That third goal just won't come for City.
Some great play from City. This is a brilliant strike. Just fizzes past the post, deserved more. That guy in the picture, Savinho, under lots of pressure, runs the whole length of the pitch, continues all the way, but just ricocheting off the post. And great attacks from Manchester City, and another good opportunity for him. It's great to see these youngsters getting as many minutes as we can.
Well, another teenager coming on here, Jacob Wright.
He's replaced by number 56, Jacob Wright.
We saw him play in the FA Cup back in January against Huddersfield. Comes on for his first appearance of the season, 19-year-old. Another huge talent.
Yeah, they really like him at Manchester City. Got a little bit of everything in his play. He's had a taste, he's trained with the first team quite a lot, as you've mentioned, and with a great chance, and won't be afraid of getting involved.
Chakvetadze. Well, he just overran it there, but there's no question he's made a big impact since coming on, which is no surprise. He's a terrific player. Already scored in this competition this season, Chakvetadze. Here is Wright for Mateus Nunes, and now Grealish. Again, just couldn't quite smuggle that ball through. Back it goes by Ince. Lewis, Foden, Savinho.
It's so frustrating, isn't it, from a Watford point of view? You just can't get the ball, they keep it away from you. This is interesting, isn't it?
The young
young
Braithwaite,
man.
bit of cramp, I think, isn't it?
Well, I can only imagine the emotions, what's going through, all sorts of things. Yes, a bit of cramp. It's another level. It's not just your physicality, mentally, what he's had to deal with since he's come in and realised he's playing, and then nervous tension. I think he's done well for a young player. He's looked comfortable. He's stepped in. His positional play's been right. He wants to open that body up, and it's been great to see. He'll get a little bit of stick for a little bit of cramp. I know that.
I think so. Another player with City connections coming on here, Matty Pollock, the 22-year-old centre-back signed from Grimsby a few years ago. He replaces Festi Ebasele. And the second change, we'll see Kwadwo Bar replaced by Rocco Vata, the 19-year-old Irish forward signed from Celtic in the summer. He'll get a quarter of an hour or so to try and get his first goal in English football. There's a City change as well, as Braithwaite goes off to be replaced by Josko Gvardiol.
Substitution for City coming on with 61, Caden Braithwaite.
Big round of applause though for
24,
the young man,
Gvardiol.
who certainly has not looked out of place one iota.
How nice is that? The youngster going back to that bench with all smiles. He'll be thinking, really, is this happening to him? Thumbs up from McKenzie as well, and tells you, good debut.
You can imagine the Braithwaite family in the stands bursting with pride. Not a bad replacement either in Gvardiol. By the way, it's his 50th City appearance tonight. Right. Lewis, Savinia. Sema read that one. Good foot in. A really gutsy display from Watford this in the second half.
Yeah, it is, and you can see why the manager wants to make the changes. Fresh legs, something to try and change, to drop their weight. These players mentally have stuck to the task. It's always tough with the start they've had, but overall there is certain plus points from Tom Cleverley to take away. It's not over yet, that's for certain. There'll be a little bit of late drama. Can they get something to test City out?
Another Premier League side ahead, by the way. Villa leading at Wickham thanks to a goal from Buendia. Chelsea 5-0 up in their game. A hat-trick there for Nkunku. Grealish. Kyle Walker. Lewis. Nudged back by Foden to right. Grealish. Lewis. Savinho. Coming back on his left side this time, actually hit his teammate. Lewis on the back of the head.
As he comes inside, Jack Grealish has just pulled to the edge, wanting the ball, but he doesn't even consider anything else. All he wants to do is see that opening of the far post and get his shot away. As he just clips his teammate. For one, it's good, the positivity, but also it's not every time.
Desperate for his first goal in English football. This is 16 games in a row against Watford that Manchester City have scored at least 2 goals. Of course, they've won the previous 15, heading for a 16th in succession. Grealish ticking into the final 10 minutes here at the Etihad. Guardiola to Walker. Savinho. Little give and go with Rico Lewis. Walker. Right. Savinho. Sema's certainly had his work cut out with Doku, and then Savinho.
Just what you need, that, isn't it?
The relief of seeing one go off and the horror of seeing another come on. Stones. Walker. Savinho again. Heads for the byline this time. Oh, Grealish! Brilliant stop. Well, that was excellent decision-making from Savinho, and Grealish must have thought he'd scored. Bond had other ideas. Right. Savinho. Just as happy going down the line or back inside. That's the problem for any defender. Grealish. Well, denied by Bond. Excellent save. We're resisting all of the jokes, trust me. As tempting as it is. So, Pierre Duomo coming on for Watford for his senior debut. The Belgian signed from Antwerp, 20 years of age. He replaces Imran Louza. Senior debut in English football. Guardiola and Porteous involved in that coming together. Free kick to Watford.
I was going to say, the referee sort of looked away. I didn't think he'd seen it.
Here's the Grealish chance, Michael.
Yeah, big chance, and he drives the line, comes across very well. He's just put off slightly, Jack Grealish, and that's where you always got to keep going wherever possible to get a little bit of contact or get in the way slightly. That's what Ince does, and good save. And as he just comes across, and enough bodies in the way of it.
Here's Guardiola. It's a long time since Ortega has touched the ball. Here's Delibashiru. Duomo. Pollock. Sure, Dad Jamie's watching on here.
It's comfortable for City, and lots of spaces now. Watford seem to be just tiring.
Savinho just beaten to it by Sema. Another really well-timed challenge from the Watford captain. Chakvetadze. Sema. Back pass by Pollock. It's been a draining performance for Watford, but they've really hung on in there. To concede an early goal like they did here, it's so easy to be overwhelmed, and they've experienced that not too long ago when they were thrashed 8-0 here in the Premier League.
They've created chances as well.
Yes, they have.
Look, the defender, the unit, the shape. That's something that'll have been important to the manager after conceding like they did at the weekend. Can we do that a lot better? It's always important, isn't it? From the shapes to build, because they've got pace.
Chakvetadze with another storming break. Couldn't quite poke it through to Ince, but he's got it back again here. Now it's Ince with the curler. Oh, what a beautiful goal for Watford. 5 minutes to play, and Tom Ince has given the Hornets hope here and sent the away end into raptures.
That's what we talked about. Chakvetadze in the middle of the pitch. I think he's made a difference, because whenever he's got it, he's given everything right through the middle. We've got a little side pass into. We know we've seen Tom Ince do this so many times. Just leans back, opens that left foot, and it's a great finish. Picks it out right into the far corner. Special finish. Now it's game on right at the end of this cup tie. That's what we were waiting for.
His 4th goal in the competition this season already, and it's just made things a little bit uncomfortable for Manchester City. Another game for them with no clean sheet. Has the goal come too late, or can Watford force a penalty shootout? Savinho. Now given away. Ogbonna. Stabbed forward by Pollock. They've got runners here. Porteous is one of them. Vata. That's not a bad ball either. Duomo. Porteous. Totally different feel to this tie now, but then that's a cheap giveaway in a promising position from Pollock. Hand of apology.
Yeah, that's not what you need, is it? When you're in that position, you're trying to thread a pass, trying to make something happen, but you've got to be certain. City now, I know they've got game management, really understands what they do, but they're really good at seeing out games late on. Can they do it with a different team? We'll soon see.
Well, given away straight from the kickoff, from the goal kick. Ogbonna. Chakvetadze. The introduction of him really sparked this comeback. And Morris just couldn't keep it going. Goal kick.
And I can tell you, Kyle Walker, John Stones will be saying this is not what we needed. We wanted just to filter through games in quick succession. And to get a third one, I just enjoy keeping the ball. Now they've been tested, they know full well the next few minutes plus added time, we're going to go for it, Watford, in every way, and the pressure's mounted.
Well, 90 seconds to go, plus stoppage time. That'll be interesting to see what the 4th official shows. Vata charging towards goal, cleared by Ortega. Porteous. Back by Vata again. Duomo's lost it. And Foden releases Savinho in the 90th minute. Right, Savinia. Well, City will take that for sure as Rico Lewis wins the free kick from Chakvetadze.
Yeah, he's took it quick, and he said, OK, we'll keep playing. City just want to circulate. Watford point of view now, they might as well just go, try and get anything on it, forget the spaces in behind, and so now really we've got to try and get this ball back.
What do we think? 4-5 minutes of stoppage time here?
I think the referee might just think this could be quite enjoyable in these last few moments. He might not want it to end.
4 minutes it is.
Has indicated a minimum of 4 minutes of time on the clock. A minimum of 4 minutes.
Gvardiol straight through to Bond. Now, what can Watford do in stoppage time here? Duomo to Pollock. Come on, Watford, the cry from the away end.
City just sat up, narrowing the passing lanes, want to go forward through the central areas.
Well, that little spell of possession in non-threatening areas comes to nothing for Watford. Lewis, right. Spread to Gvardiol here, seized upon by Porteous. And then Grealish, with that challenge, has given away the free kick.
I think Josko Gvardiol, as it comes across, I think he's got to be tighter, to be a little bit better. As Grealish comes across, asking for a foul, and he's told him to get straight up. He doesn't agree with the situation, but the referee decides that's going to be the case. Big moment. City high line. Can anybody just get through inside? It's got to be really good, this delivery.
Georgi Chakvetadze over the ball here. Travelling Watford fans on their feet, desperately hoping their team can conjure something here in stoppage time. Chakvetadze met by Grealish on the near post. Out for a City throw.
Jack Grealish does very well. When you look across the line as a player in the wide areas, think that gap's going to be good, but he recovers well, Grealish.
Oh, chipped straight out of play by Stones. Watford can keep the pressure on here. Sema to Chakvetadze. Duomo. Chakvetadze. Pollock and Porteous have stayed forward here to bolster the Watford attack. Duomo. Sema. Well, they wanted to get the ball to him because he's the best crosser, but he's fouled Lewis. The frustration is evident, and it's a free kick to Manchester City.
Well, the overlap's good. I don't think the ball helps him with his weight, but what Rico Lewis does well, he expects and anticipates a little nutmeg, closes legs, he slips actually. The referee decides there's contact, but that was the opportunity, just that way to pass, just allowed Rico Lewis to recover.
Tonight's EA Sports man of the match, number 27, scorer of his first goal for City, Matheus Nunes.
Walker decides not to use Ortega. Chakvetadze trying to bomb forward here, couldn't quite squeeze it through to Porteous. City breathe again. It's a frenetic finale but they've got over the line. Watford gave it everything in the closing stages, and much respect there from Pep Guardiola to his opposite number, because they made hard work of it in the end, Manchester City. Doku and Matheus Nunes in the first half, getting the job done for Manchester City. That beauty from Tom Ince really threw the tie into the balance once again. But try as they might, Watford couldn't force an equaliser. And it's Manchester City, the 8-time winners, who are through to the fourth round. It's finished. Manchester City 2,